Hello there, fellow humans, and welcome to this video. And it is another day, so it is another bundle. And now, as you can see here, the Unstoppable Defenders are here. And none of these tanks is worth it. That's already the beginning. At the bottom here, if we go scroll down all the way, we have all three of them, all four of them sold separately: 7.5, 7.5, 10, and 12.5. Neither of those three are worth it. The bundles aren't worth it either. The one that gets, I think, the closest to being worth it is probably the Defender Mark 1, but it's overpriced, as you can see. Like, if the Defender Mark 1 would be 7.5k, I'd say it could be worth it. But, I mean, the Defender is old and outdated. The T28 is the Defender, but worse. And the T28 is also bad. And then the MX Defender, as you can see, overpriced as fuck. And it is also very hard to play. Only has 160 alpha damage at tier 8. So I would not buy this either. And then also, so for some reason, the lows are Shermans in the shop, but it's a tier 6, so who gives a shit? And then the Defender Mark 1 is, I think, one of the only ones that can be considered here. But here's the thing, €55 or 25,000 gold, that is a lot of money. That is a lot of your money. Now, you also, for some reason, get 260 and T22 containers, which are, I mean, completely useless. They're just there to justify the price, essentially. Look at that, €250. This is never worth that money. This is a fucking scam, is what Wargaming is doing to you here. This is a scam. This is not ever €275. But they can just claim it is, you know, because no one's... They can just claim that this avatar is worth €200 and then just roll with it, you know? Like, the 54 is an okay price for these tanks, you know, with them equipped and stuff like that. But I wouldn't buy it, you know? It's an okay price, and that's the problem, you know? You don't want okay prices, you want great prices, because Wargaming doesn't deserve your money. They're fucking scum, so essentially you only want to buy the bundles that are really worth it, you know, and not just buy whatever. And I think the one that is worth it here is probably the Defender Mark 1, I guess. I mean, I'm not going to really talk about them because they're trash, just saying. Also, my recording program is trash, so I've already did this, and I've got some replays here that I'm going to show you, and I'll talk a bit more about them. So yeah, Defender Mark 1 here in the battle, Oasis Palms. Obviously, we know where we're going to go, which is also where you should go. You know, just go to the field and you'll be fine. Now, I'm going to use this tank to talk a bit about the others as well. As you know, €55 is a lot of money. Some of you don't earn that. Some of you don't earn anything. Some of you, that's like 2 months worth of pocket money, or it's like 1 day worth of wage. So, in that sense of how much it is, for €55 you can get the entirety of Forza Horizon 5, and then you have a great game. Meanwhile here you get 4 mediocre tanks equipped, which is cool. You get 4 tanks, and then you also get the crates, which are simply there to justify the value, which is, I think, despicable. But, you know, Wargaming... Here's the thing, Wargaming is allowed to sell these things. Wargaming is perfectly allowed to sell these things. Should they sell them? Should they be allowed to sell them? Of course not. Because it is predatory, it is exploiting children, essentially, which is quite sad. But here we are. Wargaming clearly does not care about you. Wargaming clearly only cares about money, which at this point is obvious, and they don't care about me either, obviously. So yeah, that's why you shouldn't care about Wargaming either. Now, here's the thing, you know, it's an okay bundle. It's an okay price for the entire bundle. But that's the thing, you know, you don't want to buy okay things. You don't want to buy okay things, you want to buy great things, right? Because if you buy something in this game, if you decide to give Wargaming money for what they're doing here, then it should be the best for you and not the best for Wargaming, right? And in this case, this is not the best. This is nowhere close to the best. And so I would not spend my money on it. Quite simple, if I were you. But in the end, I can't make you do anything. I can't decide for you. And you have to decide for yourself whether you think Wargaming deserves to have your money for something this scummy and overpriced as well. So yeah, let's talk a bit about the tanks anyway. Because if you don't own them, you kind of want to know how to play against them, right? So, all of them are autoloaders, you know, Defenders are all autoloaders. And the best one's probably this one. You have 190 alpha damage, you got 4 shots, you get a decent reload as well. So you can pump out shots quite easily, quite quickly, which is quite nice, I'd say. The IS-2 Defender and the T-28 Defender for me aren't really autoloaders because they have 7.5 seconds intro clip, which basically you have to pull back to do that, and then that's not really an autoloader for me. So they're kind of pointless. And the IS-3 Defender, it used to be a great tank in like 2015, but now it's just completely power crept, you know, by the 2FTU, by the T-54 E2, by the MXM49, by WZ-112 too. All of those are better, so there's no point to buy the IS-3 Defender at this point. Same with the T-28 Defender, there's just better options. There's the Scorpion G, there's the T-Radiate, there's the WZ-120. There is a lot better options, and you don't need 50 premium tanks, you know, you need like 2 maybe, if you're trying to make credits, basically. So there is no need for you to buy these unless you're a tank collector, at which case my opinion won't matter anyway. And then the worst culprit is going to be the MX Defender, because it's, I'd say, the worst of them. Because here's the thing, potential doesn't matter much these days. A lot of the player base are bad, very bad. So, well, I hope you're not, but a lot of the people are bad, and the MX Defender is not going to be a tank for anyone. It's going to be a tank for the 60+% player, because they're going to actually know how to use it. So, again, not worth the purchase. The one that is the most maybe worth it would be this one, but since it's sold for 10.5k, yeah, not really. It's maybe worth 7k, 7.5k, but about that, no more. No fucking more, for me at least, because you can get tier 8s for 5k sometimes. Just wait. If you're thinking of spending some money now, just wait for Black Friday. It's in 2 months, something like that, and then you're gonna have better deals, hopefully. But yeah, as you can see, 4.4k. I mean, I don't really care at this point if I win or lose, because the matchmaking's gotten too shit and it's so bad that I only care about myself at this point, which is selfish and is not ideal, but that's how I roll. And yeah, but in the end, purchase recommendation for me is an absolute no. If you want to waste your money, probably the best one would be this kind of bundle. But yeah, I mean, sure, you get 4 tanks. If you buy it, you could then never buy premiums again, because you get a tank of every class, but they're just very mediocre of those classes. And I don't think they would be decent tech tree tanks to research and play, but I don't think they're worth spending your real life money on them, because there are better options to do that. So yeah, don't buy it. That's my recommendation. In the end, it's up to you. And in the end, it's also up to you whether you like or subscribe. And that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good day. Goodbye.